Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So, today I wanted to talk about internet literacy. So, it's very important to have etiquette on the internet. And I want to draw something for y'all, okay? I'm going to draw something. So, here's my sketchbook, one of them. I'm just going to go on a random page and I want to draw the internet for y'all. So I got my color pencils and I want to draw the internet for you guys. Give me a second. This is what the internet looks like to me in my mind. Okay, so look, I'm going to explain this to you. Look, the red is YouTube, the purple is IG, the black is X, the blue is Facebook, and TikTok is green. All the dots are like people. So, like, I don't know, it's like imagine a map, and that's the map, and that's the internet, you know? We're all in cahoots. That's what I'm trying to make sense of this when I'm saying this. And I don't know why. I just know that it's really important to have some type of modesty on the internet as well. Because you don't want people looking at you crazy on the internet. And it's not about even being judged, it's about being, understood properly and not letting people assume things about you that aren't true. Because some people just do things that are not healthy, that do not make sense. And they do it for social media gain just to get attention because some people just really want that. I don't know why. I mean, I get it. Attention is so cool, it's so awesome, and we all love it. I think it's important to care about how you achieve it. You don't want to just have it just off of any strength of how you're utilizing it. It's important to think about the things you do before you act, just how you do before you speak. So, be careful what you're posting and what you're doing on the internet because people are watching you and you don't know who's watching you all the time. Maybe your future significant other could be watching you and you're just acting like a fool on the internet and then you lost that significant other because the way they see how you're acting and it's crazy because you act so different in real life. It's just really important to be careful about what you say and what you do because you don't want the wrong ideas. I get it if that's who you are and this is you showing who you are, that's different. And that's who you want to be, that's what you want to let the world know. And that's just how you act good, you know? It's just really important to not be a gossiper all the time and don't just be doing anything online. And this is one big deal I think we should all do and know. And if you don't know this, I hope you do. When you are outside, when you're going anywhere online, do not post it while you are there. Post it once you leave the premises. Okay? That is a that's a big one right there. So you have to be really careful about your privacy and your safety because you don't know who's watching you, you don't know who's following you, and you need to stay safe and you need to protect yourself properly. It's also not recommended to overshare online. Like, let's not be out here on these internet streets telling people about your business. I kind of want to just leave it flat. I don't want to go into depths and details of what type of business I'm trying to make an example out of. I think we all know what I'm trying to say. I think you live and you learn. Just know it's one thing if you just do it one time and then just you delete it. I think it's different if you can like Sometimes you might have to look at what you just did and see, like, okay, maybe that wasn't a good idea to post that or say that. You know, sometimes you really have to be careful about what you say and do. So oversharing is something that you do with your family and your friends, not with the internet because they don't know you. And a lot of times, I think that sometimes people can wish bad on you on the internet. And you don't want people wishing bad on you. And it's obviously great, amazing people on this internet that we have. God bless them all and their souls. I love good people. If you're like a good person, shout out to you. I just love you because you are good. And it's not often that you get that, you know? Some people have social media platforms lined up with haters and they didn't even do anything. Some people just don't like you for you. And it's like, if you know people aren't do not like you, it's best if you just don't say anything around them. That's like you going to school and you know you're the biggest hated person in school. Are you really going to talk to anybody? Are you going to really trust anybody? So why would you do it online? I think some people get too comfortable online and forget that it's real, and people do more communicating on there than in real life at this point. I think that if you're going to overshare, I think you should overshare about something that's positive, that's like a good thing. I don't think you should overshare about something that's really not anyone's business because a lot of times people go viral for the wrong things and they just get embarrassed on the internet. I'm just saying. And that's where not doing the most comes in as well because you don't just want to be on the internet. Imagine you're someone on the internet that makes fun of a racial group of people. I don't know. That's just, there's people online that are doing that. Do you think that they're going to be able to land a proper job? I remember this YouTuber that I watched. I remember he said that he got denied an apartment because of the things he was posting online. And that's why you don't want to ruin opportunities because of what you're doing on the internet. I just don't think that's something plausible. So it's only such a fortunate amount of people that are really thriving and living off of social media. So you have to understand it may or may not last forever. It's a business and you're an entrepreneur at that point when you are making your own money off of the internet. And it's good for you. Kudos to you. Don't be on the internet even putting on a facade. Be yourself, be your authentic self. And that's what I think the world is kind of lost on, is that the internet really makes you think that you are not who you think you are sometimes. And then there's also times where it's like people on the internet will really have you thinking that the most craziest things about your own self. It can happen to anybody. You just have to be careful about what you're even watching, what you're putting your attention to online. And always remember to stay professional and respectful in online interactions. Because the way you interact online can definitely impact your future opportunities. So be careful, be smart, and be a good person. Be good to yourself, be true to yourself. Have some type of class. Your first impression is your best impression. When you meet someone in real life, you always show yourself in the very beautiful light that you are, I bet. So that's why I think when you are doing something, act like yourself. I get that you can be shy, and I used to be really shy on the internet, and I used to just be a goofball on the internet until I realized, why am I doing this? I don't even act like this in real life, and I'm only doing this because I low key have social anxiety. So once I realized that, I came to the conclusion that this is this. This is reality. internet reality and our real life reality are just one and the same. And you really have to be careful. Yes. And honestly, a fun fact about me is that I noticed that a lot of people who were following me, particularly on Instagram, not even people that I'm following, but the people that I see that are following me are not people that I would want to associate myself with. So I noticed all these people are following me, and I began to block these people and remove them as followers. I just didn't want that demographic group of people following me because it made me feel uncomfortable that these type of people are watching me. And I remember also Instagram was like suggesting me to remove 700, 800 people off my social media because of I don't know what. And I just did it because I don't like too many eyes on me that I just don't even know who's watching. And then that's when I started becoming more thoughtful in what I'm doing because you might not care at first until you start realizing, hey, this is actually the effect that it can produce. And I'm thankful that I never had this happen to me. And I'm glad I realized it because honestly, I never really understood the internet. I don't know why, but it was just something that I just felt at first wasn't real until I started really utilizing it and creating my own platforms. And that's when I said, you know what? Once I realized that, I don't know how to describe this. It was just something that I never really took heed to is that people are really going to watch you and they're going to watch you. And I'm just someone that I don't like really being watched all the time. I want to be protected, I want to be safe, and I want to be comfortable. And that's why it's important to think about what you're doing, especially online, because I genuinely feel this is where most people interact. The internet can really affect you in real life. Like, there's this guy who was a teenager, and he unfortunately, exited because of a chat bot that he was talking to. That's why it's important where you put your mind and what you're doing online. This is something that's very important. Protect your assets, who you are. People are out here scamming people online. You can get your Instagram hacked off of a link. Okay? It's real out here. Be safe and protect yourself online because you do not know who is watching. Okay? So, thank you for watching this video. I hope this helped somebody. And I want you to have a great rest of your life. I don't know. I like saying that. Have a good life. Bye. But also saying have a good life sounds kind of mean though if you think about it. I don't know. But have a good day, you know? And yeah.